The air around you has been changing, though you may not have noticed it completely. You have been feeling something heavy on your heart, a stirring in your soul, as if someone unseen has been calling your name in the quiet hours of the night. That whisper, that trembling pull, that faint vibration when you close your eyes, it is not your imagination. It is Archangel Michael, the messenger of divine protection, the warrior of heaven, trying with every force of light to reach you before time slips through the edge of destiny. He has been standing close to you, trying to get your attention through signs, through sudden chills, through unexpected memories of someone who has been on your mind lately. There is a person whose spirit is trembling between this world and the next. Their time on earth is running short. Their soul is restless because there is something very important they need to tell you, something that will change everything about how you see your past and how you step into the path of your future. Archangel Michael has been moving the threads of heaven to create a path for this revelation to reach you. He has been fighting confusion, fear, and doubt that surround you like thick smoke. You may have noticed how your emotions have been unpredictable lately, how one moment you feel peace, and the next you feel like crying without knowing why. That is not random. It is your spirit reacting to the unseen world, responding to the call of someone who loved you deeply, someone who cannot leave this world without setting something right with you. They are still bound by a promise, a truth, or an apology that was left unsaid. Their physical body is weakening, their breath shortening, their time counted. Yet their heart, even in its last fragile beats, is calling for you. Archangel Michael says that God's mercy allows certain souls a final chance to release what burdens them before they cross over. This person is one of them. They have been resisting the light because of guilt, because they fear judgment, because there is something connected to you that they must reveal. You may not have spoken to them in a long time, or you may not even know how close their hour is, but heaven sees beyond distance. Their spirit has already begun to reach toward you, searching for forgiveness, or perhaps warning you of something that only they know. The angel of truth, Michael, has been watching over this unfolding moment. He knows that timing in the divine plan is never random. Everything is happening exactly as heaven intended. Every message, every dream, every strange coincidence in the past few days has been a signal meant for you. The flutter of a bird at your window, the sudden ringing of your phone with no answer, the sudden thought of a name you tried to forget, all are coded messages from above. The veil is thinning because this soul's time is short. God wants you to know that you are safe. No matter how heavy this message feels, no matter what fears it stirs, you are under divine protection. Archangel Michael has placed his sword of light around your spirit like a ring of fire that no darkness can cross. You must not be afraid. You must not doubt that this revelation is meant for you. Heaven never sends a message without purpose. You were chosen to receive it because your heart is strong enough to hold both pain and compassion, truth and mercy. The person who is nearing their end once carried a secret connected to your destiny. It may involve something they took from you, something they hid, or a truth they could never speak when they had the chance. Their silence has been haunting them, and that silence has created energetic knots that even the angels could feel. This is why Archangel Michael is trying to reach you now, because when they leave this world, that truth will come to light whether you are ready or not. It is better for you to prepare, to open your heart in prayer, to forgive before you even hear what it is, so that nothing that emerges can shake your peace. There will be signs in the next hours. You may feel sudden warmth on your right shoulder, or a flash of light in your peripheral vision. You may hear music that feels strangely meaningful, or smell something connected to this person, like their perfume, their cooking, or the scent of their favorite flowers. When these happen, do not be afraid. That is Michael confirming his presence. That is heaven whispering that what was hidden is about to be revealed. You have been chosen not for punishment, but for healing. The divine wants to free both you and that person from old chains. There was once misunderstanding, betrayal, or unspoken love between you. Life separated you, and pride kept distance alive, but love never fully died. Their soul knows that their time is almost over, and before they depart, they want you to know something vital, something they couldn't tell you before because of fear or shame. Michael says that God's mercy always opens one last window for redemption. The universe bends itself to allow truth to find its way home. You are being called to be part of that grace. That is why lately you have felt so many emotions you couldn't explain, why old memories keep resurfacing, why certain dreams feel too real to ignore. These are the final echoes of a divine alignment. Heaven is arranging this encounter in spirit even if it cannot happen in person. In this moment, close your eyes and breathe. Michael wants you to listen carefully. He says, you are not losing, you are being prepared for release. What is ending is not love, but pain. What is dying is not your connection, but your sorrow. His words are wrapped in light. You may feel a calm spreading in your chest as you read this. That is him. He is letting you know that this is divine timing, and everything that is happening is part of God's larger design to free you from emotional bondage that has lasted too long. The person who is nearing their final breath has something they left behind that belongs to you. It could be a letter, a message, or something symbolic like an object that carries their energy. They have instructed someone, or heaven itself will guide circumstances, to make sure it reaches you. When it does, you must not look at it with bitterness. You must look at it with understanding. Even if the truth hurts, it will open a door to blessings that were blocked. When truth comes, it sets both souls free. Archangel Michael has been standing at their bedside, unseen by others, holding back the forces of fear and regret that try to consume them. He has been whispering to them about mercy, telling them that if they release their truth and trust you to forgive, light will receive them peacefully. That is why you have been feeling an invisible tug to pray, to forgive, even without knowing why. Heaven is using your prayers as a bridge for this soul's crossing. Do not think of this as loss. Think of it as divine completion. The story between you and this person is reaching its final chapter on earth, but not in spirit. When they depart, they will continue watching over you, grateful that you gave them peace at the end. Michael says your compassion has already saved a soul even before you realize it. That is why he calls you the child of light who heals through grace. You do not need to chase answers, they will come to you gently, through dreams, through subtle events, through the deep knowing in your heart. God wants to assure you that you are protected. You may see changes around you, unexpected calls, emotional moments, even tears, but none of it is meant to harm you. It is heaven cleansing your path so you can step into the next phase of your divine purpose. After this truth comes out, something extraordinary will happen. Doors that were closed for years will open. People who wronged you will suddenly remember your worth. Opportunities you thought were lost will return in greater form. Because when you forgive and release, divine justice rushes in. Archangel Michael reminds you that protection doesn't mean the absence of pain, it means the strength to endure without being destroyed. You are stronger than you think. You were chosen to be a vessel of compassion at this critical time because your heart vibrates at a frequency that heals. When you forgive, you are not being weak, you are participating in God's greatest miracle, the miracle of transformation. He also says there is something you must do in the next few days. Spend time in silence, light a candle, and speak aloud to God. Tell Him that you are ready to forgive, ready to receive the truth, ready to walk in peace. When you do that, you give heaven permission to unfold the next part of your destiny. You may cry, but those tears are sacred. They will wash away energetic burdens that were never yours to carry. The angels have been protecting your home. If you have felt sudden warmth or the flicker of light at night, it is Michael's wings brushing through your space. He is ensuring that no negative energy from this transition attaches to you. He wants you to rest without fear. No harm will come to you. Everything that happens now is under divine order. Soon, you will hear news about this person, either through someone close to them or through an unexpected message. When that happens, take a deep breath. Know that it is not random. Know that heaven prepared you for this moment through this message. You are not to fall into despair. Instead, lift your hands and pray for their soul. Ask God to receive them with mercy. That simple act will open a portal of blessings over your life. Michael says you may also feel them in your dreams, trying to say something. Do not dismiss it as imagination. Pay attention to the emotions you feel upon waking, that is the real message. It may be a simple phrase, a memory, or an apology. Trust that heaven translates what words cannot. God is reminding you that life and death are not opposites, they are parts of one eternal circle. What you lose in body, you gain in spirit. What ends in one realm begins in another. This transition will awaken something powerful within you, a clearer sense of purpose, a renewed faith, and a deeper understanding of divine timing. There will be peace after this storm. You will look back and realize that every pain had purpose, every loss carried hidden gifts, and every goodbye was really an invitation for new beginnings. Michael wants you to know that your compassion is being recorded in the Book of Light. Every tear you shed for others becomes a seed for your future blessings. In the days to come, you will feel moments of stillness, as if time pauses briefly. When that happens, breathe and whisper, "I trust you, God." That phrase will align your soul with the higher plan. It will allow heaven to complete its work in and through you. Remember this always: you are not alone. You have never been alone. Even in your darkest moments, Michael stood beside you. Even when you thought your prayers were unheard, heaven was writing your story behind the scenes. The person who is now preparing to leave this world will soon be free, and in their freedom, you too will be free, from guilt, from confusion, from invisible chains that tied you to old pain. Michael is asking you to hold faith. Do not give in to fear when you hear the final news. Light a candle, look up, and say, "Thank you, Lord, for peace." That single act will fill your home with divine light. God will be with you through every heartbeat, through every breath, through every tear. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe in the wings of divine love. Trust God. Pray to Him. Speak to Him as you would to a friend, and He will answer through signs, through intuition, through peace that surpasses understanding. Everything that is happening is meant to lead you into a greater awakening. You are moving from pain into purpose, from endings into eternal beginnings. Heaven is not warning you to create fear, but to prepare your heart for healing. When this soul finally departs, look for the small miracles that follow: unexpected peace, subtle warmth, a sense of closure you can't explain. That will be the sign that Michael completed his mission and that the person has found light. Trust this message. Trust that you were meant to read it at this exact moment. The divine never makes mistakes. What feels like coincidence is actually divine choreography. And as you finish reading, may you feel the unseen wings around you, whispering softly, "You are loved. You are protected. You are never alone." Archangel Michael is trying to talk to you right now. The air around you may feel strange, heavier, or even filled with quiet energy, because he has been standing near you, whispering through moments that seem like coincidences. He has been trying to reach your heart, not through fear but through urgency. A person connected to your life is running out of time. Their soul is restless because there is something they must say before they leave the earth. Heaven is trembling with the sound of their spirit knocking at the gates of light, and Michael is commanding you to listen. You are not imagining the signs, the sudden chills, the flashes of names, the way certain songs or numbers keep appearing. These are not random. They are the marks of an angel trying to pierce through the noise of your world to warn you before it is too late. God has seen the situation that is forming around you. He has seen the nights you spend thinking about people you love and wondering why you suddenly feel distant from some of them, why you dream of faces you have not seen in years. Heaven says one of them is at the edge of their earthly time, and their spirit is trembling because they cannot leave without telling you what has been hidden in their heart. It is not guilt alone. It is love mixed with truth, and that truth will shift something very deep within your soul. You have to prepare yourself with faith, because this message is a bridge between life and eternity. Archangel Michael has been standing beside this person for days, guiding their spirit, preparing them for a divine conversation. You might feel drawn to reach out, to call, to check on them, or maybe their name keeps echoing in your thoughts. That is not coincidence. It is divine prompting. Michael says he has whispered that name to you repeatedly, trying to draw your attention. The person has carried a secret, something that has weighed on their soul for a long time. It connects directly to your purpose, your next step, and your healing. Their time is ending soon, but God wants you to know this is not about tragedy. It is about completion, forgiveness, and the closing of a spiritual circle that began long before you could understand it. When God created time, He placed moments like this, moments of revelation, where the invisible world touches the visible one. You are standing in one of those divine intersections now. The person who is about to speak to you, whether through words, a letter, or a dream, carries a piece of your destiny that was once lost. Michael says the reason this message feels so urgent is that heaven cannot allow this truth to die unspoken. The spiritual contract between you and this soul must be fulfilled. The light in them needs to be released, and you are the key to their peace. Do not be afraid. The angel says you are safe. Nothing will harm you. This is not a message of danger but of divine timing. The urgency is because every second matters when the veil between worlds begins to thin. When a person is close to the threshold of leaving the earth, their soul becomes extremely sensitive to divine frequencies. They remember promises, they feel the weight of unfinished words, and they seek the one heart that must hear their truth. You are that heart for someone. God has been protecting you from being overwhelmed, which is why you have felt moments of strange peace even when you did not understand what was happening. Michael says that peace is the shield around you. You may notice strange patterns, flickering lights, soft ringing in your ears, or even feeling like you hear your name when no one is there. These are signs of the angelic presence. Michael's energy is powerful. It carries light that unsettles darkness. He is preparing you for an encounter. When this person's message comes, it may arrive through unexpected ways: a phone call, a sudden dream that feels real, a message written long ago that surfaces again, or even a feeling of them speaking to your heart after they have passed. Whatever form it takes, do not dismiss it. God is speaking through them to give you closure, truth, and spiritual alignment. Michael says the person who needs to tell you something has carried regret. They wish they had told you earlier, but fear held them back. Now the Spirit of God is moving them to speak, because their time is almost done. The heaviness you sometimes feel in your chest or the sudden waves of emotion are connected to their spiritual struggle. You may not even realize how deeply your souls are connected, but heaven does. In the divine realm, love never ends, it transforms. And right now, that love is trying to reach you before the clock runs out. This is a sacred calling. Heaven says to take a moment to sit in silence, breathe deeply, and say quietly, "I am ready, Lord. I will listen." When you do, Michael will stand at your right side, and the Holy Spirit will open your heart to receive the truth. It may come gently or suddenly, but you will recognize it by the warmth that fills your chest and the peace that follows. That is how you will know it is from God. Lies bring fear, but divine truth brings calm, even when it surprises you. You have been chosen to be the witness of this person's final truth. God trusts you because your soul carries compassion. You have been through many painful lessons, yet you never let darkness take away your softness. That is why heaven entrusts this sacred message to you. The person who will speak may appear fragile, or you may sense them in a dream standing before you, speaking words that make you weep. The message they carry will not only free them, it will free you too. It may reveal why certain things in your life happened the way they did, why some doors closed, and why you were delayed. Their confession or revelation will make everything align. Michael says there is a reason this moment had to happen now. You are stepping into a season where your spirit must be clear, your heart light, and your connection with God strong. The words you receive from this person will be like the last missing piece in a puzzle you have been trying to solve. Once it's placed, clarity will rush in. You will feel as if a fog lifts from your life. It will not be sadness, it will be liberation. God is ensuring that you understand everything that has been hidden so you can walk into your destiny without confusion. Sometimes, heaven allows certain people to remain silent until the final hour because their truth carries divine timing. If they had spoken earlier, it might have caused harm or misunderstanding. But now, in the final moments, the words they release will become blessings instead of burdens. That is the wisdom of God. So do not blame yourself for not knowing earlier. Everything is happening exactly as it should, and you are divinely protected. Michael urges you to stay alert in the coming hours or days. You may feel drawn to pray suddenly, or your spirit may become heavy without explanation. That is when the angel is moving close. When that happens, stop whatever you are doing and say, "Lord, I am listening. Let your will be done." That simple prayer will open a channel of peace. The person's message will find you, because spiritual truth never gets lost once the heavens decree it. God has seen your struggles. My beloved one, listen carefully, because this is not a casual moment. The air around you is charged for a reason. Archangel Michael is standing near you right now, and his light is trembling, not from fear, but from the weight of something you must know before it is too late. A person whose life is nearing its final hour has been trying to reach you in spirit. Their body may weaken, but their soul is clinging to one final mission, to speak to you before they go. This message comes wrapped in divine urgency because time is not something you can stretch forever. What needs to be said must be said now. Heaven is moving through this moment because you have been chosen to receive what could not be spoken before. Archangel Michael says that for days he has been trying to whisper to you through dreams, through sudden chills, through flickering lights, through the quiet ache that sits at the edge of your chest. Every sign was a call to make you aware that someone is slipping away from the physical world, but they cannot rest until you know the truth they carry. There are no coincidences here. The angels have seen the threads of your destiny twist together with this person's fate. Before their final breath leaves their lips, heaven has commanded that the truth must reach you. Do not be afraid. God will be with you, and nothing will harm you. You are surrounded by divine light that cannot be broken by fear or darkness. The energy you are feeling is sacred, it is not here to hurt you. Archangel Michael says that when you feel the weight of sadness rise in your heart out of nowhere, it is the signal of a soul trying to connect. It is the last pulse of a heart that still remembers you. This person's spirit is restless because something important between you was left incomplete, a truth hidden beneath silence, a confession swallowed by pride or pain. They know their time is ending, and heaven has permitted their energy to reach you before it's too late. Michael says you must listen with your spirit, not your mind. The message you will receive may not come in words, it might come through a vision, a song, a name you keep hearing, or a memory that suddenly floods your heart like a river breaking its banks. When that happens, do not dismiss it. It is not imagination. It is the living current of divine communication. The angels are weaving energy through your awareness to prepare you for what is coming. The person who is nearing their end is being lifted by light, but before they go, they want to free themselves and you from the weight of what was never said. There are moments in life when time bends, when heaven opens a small window to allow what seems impossible to happen. This is one of those moments. You were chosen to hear this because your soul is ready to handle the truth. You have endured so much that you no longer fear transformation, you fear missing what was meant for you. God has seen your tears, your prayers whispered in silence, your exhaustion from fighting unseen battles. That is why you are protected. The fear you feel now is only a shadow trying to distract you from the divine unfolding before you. Archangel Michael says the person trying to reach you carries both love and regret. They have realized, in the stillness of their final hours, that they left something unsaid that could change the course of your life. Maybe it is forgiveness. Maybe it is a secret they hid to protect you. Maybe it is love that was never spoken aloud. Their soul is trembling between worlds because they cannot depart peacefully until you receive what they have to say. Their spirit is drawn to you like a flame to the last spark of air. Michael says you may feel strange signs in the coming hours. You might sense a familiar scent that no one else can smell. You might hear your name whispered when you are alone. You might dream of someone who hasn't appeared in years. Do not be afraid of these experiences. They are bridges of communication allowed by heaven so that divine closure can take place. God is allowing this person's spirit to reach across the boundary for a sacred reason. You are their chosen witness, the one soul who can understand the meaning behind their final message. There is a sacred tenderness in what is happening. This is not a curse, it is a divine correction of time. God never allows a soul to depart in complete silence when something essential remains unfinished. The divine always sends a messenger, and this time, that messenger is Archangel Michael. His sword of truth has cut open the veil separating worlds so you can receive what must be known. He says you will feel emotional waves, sudden sadness, sudden warmth, sudden clarity. These are not random emotions, they are transmissions. Receive them without judgment. Archangel Michael says he has been fighting to delay this person's departure until you receive this sign. Heaven works through timing, and the moment you read these words, you activate the divine contract of awareness. You are being aligned to witness what others cannot. God trusts your heart, your compassion, and your courage. This is why the message comes to you. If you had ignored every sign, the spiritual gate would have closed, but you didn't. You are reading this now, and that means heaven succeeded in reaching you before the final moment passes. The person in question is someone you either once loved deeply, or someone who loved you silently without ever saying it. Their soul remembers you vividly, the way you smiled, the tone of your voice, the energy you carried. They are leaving behind the physical world, but they don't want you to think of death as an ending. They want you to know it is a continuation of the divine story. Their message carries peace, not fear. They want you to understand that the bond between souls cannot be broken by distance, by silence, or even by death. Archangel Michael says you are being prepared for a moment of contact that will happen soon. It could be in a dream that feels more real than waking life. It could be in a moment when your phone flickers, a bird lands near your window, or a clock stops at a specific time. These are heavenly codes. You will know the sign when it happens, because your heart will recognize it instantly. The spirit trying to reach you has been guided by Michael to find a way through light and time to deliver one last truth that will lift your soul and theirs. God says, "Do not harden your heart out of fear or disbelief." The human mind tries to explain miracles away, but the soul knows the truth instantly. When you feel the divine presence come near, close your eyes and whisper, "I am listening." That is enough to open the channel fully. Michael says that even if you hear nothing, you will feel everything. The message may come as a feeling of warmth that fills your body, a tear that falls without reason, or a sudden peace that settles over you. That will be the proof that you have received what was meant for you. Heaven is not punishing you, heaven is aligning you. You were never forgotten. There were moments when you felt abandoned, but that was when heaven was working silently behind the scenes, preparing this moment of clarity. The person whose life is ending has struggled for peace, and their final desire is to set you free from a confusion or guilt that has haunted you. Michael says that in their last thoughts, your name rises like a prayer. You are part of their redemption, and they are part of your healing. This divine exchange is sacred beyond words. Do not fear tears, they are holy water. Every tear you shed now is seen by God, and it counts as a cleansing. The angels surround you, holding you in unseen arms. Michael says that heaven does not ask you to understand everything, only to receive with an open heart. When the message comes fully, when you sense that this person has finally spoken through the spiritual veil, you will feel a release, a sudden calm, as if a door has gently closed. That will be the sign that their soul has found peace, and that you have fulfilled your divine role. God is watching over you with tenderness. He knows the weight you carry and the pain you hide behind your strength. He knows that you have given love to others even when you received nothing in return. That is why you are safe. Archangel Michael says no harm will come to you during this divine crossing. Your home is surrounded by light. Every corner, every object, every breath you take is guarded. Even if the air feels heavy or the energy feels strange, remember, it is only the veil shifting. You are not alone. You never were. There is something miraculous that will unfold after you receive this message. Once the communication between you and this person is complete, you will notice an extraordinary calm in your life. Situations that once brought confusion will begin to resolve. People who doubted you will suddenly see your worth. The heaviness that clung to you will lift. This is because divine closure clears karmic energy. Heaven rewards those who participate in spiritual healing with miracles that ripple through their lives. Archangel Michael says your obedience to divine guidance opens the gates of blessing. You will see signs of abundance, unexpected money, or messages of hope appearing within days of this event. Do not question it. It is heaven's way of thanking you for listening. You have obeyed, you have trusted, and you have remained pure in heart. God never forgets such faith. The light that now surrounds you will protect you through everything that comes next. The person whose life is ending will transition peacefully because of your willingness to receive. Their soul will travel safely through the light guided by Archangel Michael himself. If you wish to speak to them once more, you may do so in prayer. Call upon Michael and say, Archangel Michael, let the truth be heard. Then speak from your heart. Tell them what you could never say. Forgive them, bless them, or simply thank them. Heaven will carry your words across the veil instantly. The energy of love never dies. It vibrates through eternity. This is how you honor their spirit and your own. This is the divine way of closure, filled not with fear, but with peace and gratitude. Michael says you must also care for yourself in the coming days. The body can feel the weight of spiritual energy, and you may experience fatigue or emotional surges. Rest when needed. Drink water. Spend time in the light. Listen to music that lifts your soul. These are not small acts, they are spiritual maintenance. Heaven asks you to protect your energy because you are a vessel of divine communication now. Others will be drawn to you without knowing why. It is because the divine light in you will grow stronger after this moment. The angels say there will be a message of confirmation within the next 72 hours. You might see a name appear in an unexpected place, receive a message, or feel a sudden warmth while thinking of this person. Take it as divine validation that everything you just read is true. Heaven's timing is perfect. The moment that soul crosses peacefully, a wave of calm will pass through your space. You may not notice it immediately, but your heart will. That is when you will know that everything unfolded exactly as heaven planned. God says, do not be afraid of endings, for every ending in heaven is a beginning somewhere else. The person who is leaving will not vanish, they will transform. They will become part of the light that protects you, part of the wind that carries whispers of comfort to you when you need them most. They will become one of your unseen protectors, walking beside you, watching over you in silence, helping you through choices that will shape your destiny. You will feel them in moments of peace, in the songs of birds, in the quiet that follows your prayers. Archangel Michael says your courage right now is your offering to heaven. Every time you choose faith over fear, you create light. Every time you choose forgiveness over resentment, you heal generations of pain. The heavens applaud every silent victory you achieve. You may feel small, but in the realm of spirit, your obedience to divine timing has caused ripples of miracles to unfold across dimensions. This is the secret of divine communication. It doesn't just change one life, it transforms the flow of destiny itself. So, take a deep breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine a golden light surrounding you, pulsing with warmth and safety. That is Michael's shield. Within that light, you are untouchable. No darkness can reach you. No fear can bind you. You are free. You are chosen. You are loved. This light is not temporary, it will stay with you. Every night as you sleep, Archangel Michael will stand at the corner of your bed, guarding your rest. Every morning, he will bless your path before you step into the day. Heaven wants you to know that love never dies. The person whose life is ending will find you again, but in a new form, through signs, through dreams, through synchronicities that defy logic. You will know it is them because the love will feel familiar, ancient, and pure. When that happens, smile and whisper, "I remember." It will let their soul know that the mission succeeded. You have heard them. You have forgiven them. You have released them. Now your life will begin to shift. Doors will open that were once locked. Delays will disappear. The divine flow will carry you effortlessly toward abundance, healing, and joy. This is the reward of faith. Heaven never takes without giving greater in return. You will soon feel the peace that comes after obedience, the kind that fills every cell of your body and silences all fear. It is the peace of divine alignment, the proof that you have fulfilled a sacred purpose. Archangel Michael's final message to you tonight is this: you are not imagining this moment. You were called to read this because heaven knew you would listen. You were chosen to receive because your heart is pure. The person who is leaving will now travel in light, and you will continue in strength. The connection will not end, it will evolve. Trust this. Keep praying. Keep believing. The world may not understand what you carry, but heaven does, and heaven will honor you for it. Rest now in the assurance that God is with you, that Archangel Michael is guarding you, and that no harm will ever come to you as long as you remain in faith. You are safe. You are protected. You are loved beyond measure. My beloved one, I am Archangel Michael, and I have come to you at this very moment not by coincidence, not by your imagination, but by divine command. Heaven has been observing your life very closely, and something has reached a point that can no longer remain hidden. You may not feel it yet, but something in the air has shifted, a tremor in the unseen realm, a cry from a soul who does not have much time left. There is a person connected to you by destiny whose life is fading quickly, and they are desperate to speak before it is too late. Heaven is giving you this message because their words hold something that must reach your heart before the final moment passes. You must not ignore this. I repeat, you must not ignore this. God's mercy has kept this truth hidden until now, waiting for the perfect moment when your spirit would be strong enough to receive it. That moment is now. The angels have been whispering around you, small signs, random thoughts, sudden memories, dreams that felt too vivid to dismiss, all of them were preparation for this divine communication. The person who is about to depart from this world has been carrying something important meant for you, something they never found the courage or the chance to express. Heaven cannot allow them to leave without giving you the opportunity to receive what was always meant to be yours. Listen carefully, for what I am about to tell you carries the weight of a soul's last wish. This person's energy has been surrounded by confusion, regret, and longing. Their soul has been torn between two worlds, one of silence and one of truth. They wanted to tell you something long ago, but fear, pride, or circumstances held them back. Now, as their life approaches its divine conclusion, they have called upon heaven to reach you through the only way left, through spiritual intervention. That is why you are reading these words. You may feel a chill, or your heart may race. You may sense a presence near you as you read. Do not fear it. That is me, standing beside you, protecting you as this message unfolds. You are safe. No harm can touch you while I am near. You are being given a rare gift, a glimpse into the unseen dialogue between a soul preparing to leave the earth and the divine beings who guide them home. I tell you now, this person's final thoughts have been filled with your name. They have asked God for one last chance to make peace with you, to reveal what they hid, to express what they could never say while life and time allowed them. This is not a message of sorrow, it is a message of release, a sacred hand extended from the edge of eternity. The angels have gathered in silence, waiting for you to open your heart and receive what is coming. For a long time, you may have felt an unexplained heaviness, a sense that something unfinished lingers in your life, a silent energy that follows you through your days. That weight is not yours alone, it is the echo of this soul's unspoken truth. They have been bound by it, unable to rest, unable to move forward. Their spirit knows that if they leave without speaking, a part of both your souls will remain incomplete. Heaven will not allow that. That is why I, Michael, have been sent to you in this exact moment.